Let's get started. On March 13, 2010, 17-year-old Ladarius Frazer was murdered in Carroll City Park in Miami Gardens in front of dozens of bystanders. Here are the facts of the case.
Miami-Dade Police at 5, where's your emergency?
He at the park, he just got shot, man, he's not breathing.
Which park?
Carroll City Park.
On Saturday, March 13, 2010 at 6:59 p.m., Miami Gardens Police Department was dispatched to Carroll City Park, reference a shooting. Upon arrival, they found the victim, Ladarius Frazer, shot multiple times and succumbed to his injuries. The Miami Gardens Carroll City Park is located in a residential area. There was multiple individuals at the park that evening. They were playing basketball. There was a children's playground that was full. There was individuals at the softball field. It was learned during the course of the investigation that approximately 4 to 5 individuals were gathered just east of the playground, located in between the children's playground and the parking lot of Carroll City Park. At some point, the victim, Ladarius Frazer, approached these individuals who were gathered up, having a conversation, and started speaking to individuals within this group. The victim became involved in a verbal argument with an unknown black male, who later becomes known as the offender. At some point during this confrontation, a handgun is displayed. Our victim, Ladarius Frazer, along with the other individuals gathered in this group, all fled on foot in multiple directions. When the shots were fired, Ladarius Frazer was struck multiple times, collapsing. The individual fled to his vehicle and drove from the scene. The vehicle was described as a 4-door white Nissan Maxima. It fled in an unknown direction. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue arrived on scene and performed life-saving measures to revive Mr. Frazer. Unfortunately, Mr. Frazer succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced deceased on the scene.
I just pray that you just somehow just turn yourself in so you can stop this stabbing that I'm feeling in my heart.
Someone shot and killed Ladarius Frazer at this park in Miami Gardens during a dice game this past weekend. Ladarius died right here on the scene, and no one knows why. Not even Ladarius' mother, who told us her son, who was an aspiring architect getting his GED, became misguided.
He just felt in the wrong crowd.
Police clear Miami Carroll City Park, pushing Derrick Macon away from the place where one of his closest friends died in his arms.
How you could just have a person in your hand fighting for their life, and he ain't giving you no feedback, but you talking to him, you screaming at him, and you going nuts.
Ladarius Frazer's life remembered in T-shirts, and at this growing memorial site, a monument to a teenage life ended over a game of dice.
I had blood all over my body. I just took off the bloody clothes about 2 hours ago. I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't bathe. I was stuck when I got home.
Quanisha Johnson tells us her cousin Ladarius often played dice, a game she wished he would have stayed away from.
I don't even think he should have been playing dice that night. He should have just stayed in the house like his mama told him to.
Police say the shooting seemed to come out of an argument stemming from the game, and this is not the first time dice has been linked to a shooting in South Florida. Last year, 9 people were gunned down while sitting around a craps game in Liberty City.
That's a part of the culture that's on the street.
George Ellis Jr. runs Miami's River of Life. It's a program for at-risk youth. He says dice is a game that's plagued young teens for many years.
It's a street money maker, you know, and with the way economics is right now in our community, young people are going and resorting to things that most of us who are working every day don't traditionally be a part of.
The victim, Ladarius Frazer, fled west towards the children's playground, fleeing for his life. As shots were fired, there was innocent families playing in that area as Ladarius was struck. And this just shows that the offender had no regard for the safety or due care of anyone's life at that location. He was willing to take the life of a 17-year-old boy and fire rounds at individuals, children, and other family members that were not involved in this verbal confrontation. Ladarius Frazer was only 17 years old when his life was taken from him. He's survived by his mother, his father, and his brothers and sisters. They, along with the Miami Gardens Police Department, is asking for your help to solve this crime.